Shalom, shalom. Yasha Allah. That's Israel. For y'all who don't know, that's too slow. All right? Like to give infinity honors to my Lord and Savior, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. All right? Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who taught brothers this truth well. Basically instructed brothers on everything what to do, man. Okay? And Lord willing, I am a fruit of that, worthy of repentance, So I'm gonna jump right into it. As you can see, I was building today, man. All right, and I'm gonna jump right into it, man, because this video is gonna be called spiritually transmitted demons or STDs. Okay, and it's going into the importance of sex. All right, it's going into be careful on who you lay down with because they can put spirits on you. All right, STD is known, in the physical, herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, AIDS. All right, like Billy Porter just caught for being a damn sodomite. All right, but I just wanted to stress to you, brothers, be very careful who you laying with, man. Very careful, man, because it could put spirits on you. Even a female that you probably broke up with, that you probably done forgot. All right? You got to remember, you laying with these females, right? Think about it. You laying with these females, and let me switch this up real quick. I don't know why I just did that. But you laying with these females, you exchanging bodily fluids, you're doing a lot of talking, Make a long story short, man, you got to be careful, man. Because these people could put spirits on you. And just because you ain't been dealing with a female in a long time, that don't mean that some of her demon juice, her demon love, didn't get on you. Okay? And I'm going to show you how laying down and having sex with females could put spirits on you. And may y'all brothers receive this. Okay? So I'm going to jump right into it, okay? It's 1 Kings 11 chapter. It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh. All right? So Solomon had Egyptian women. It says women of the Moabites. He had some bad Chinese-looking women, Ammonites, Japanese-looking women, Edomites. Had some bad white-looking women. Zidonians, Hittites, all right? This is what he had. He had different females, right? So when you look into this, right? Let's look into it. It says strange, right? Let's go to tools. I'm not really like a blue letter person, but hey, let's get into it. Strange. It says stranger, strange, alien, unknown, unfamiliar. All right. Now we live up in a Babylonian. This America is nothing but a Babylonian, Egypt, Sodom, all wrapped in one. So these females are unfamiliar. They twerking on TikTok. They believe they can have sex with anybody. Okay. They're not going to listen to you. Okay. They done dealt with different dudes and they done passed their spirits on them too. Because every person that your woman done laid with is a spirit. They've been polluted. They have been polluted. So these females are unfamiliar. Yes, these females of what you might call Babylon, Egypt, America, they following a whole nother power structure, man. 11:2. Of the nation concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel. See, the Lord already put this order out. Ye shall not go into them. You shouldn't be laying with these females. You got a lot of females that are Israelites, but their minds and spirits are in America. So you shouldn't just be laying up with any females, bro. Neither shall they come in unto you. All right? Now, Paul said if you have an unbelieving wife, don't make it a big deal. But you got to remember the times that we are in, got to be very careful. And Paul spoke from a man perspective. For brothers that are, going through the lust demons, man. But the Most High said what? All right. Now those are situational things that Paul was talking about. All right. If you lusting that bad, if you have to get with a woman, if she believe, but you got to remember, they got spiritual demons on them. All these females do, damn near all of them. It says, except for a woman that's believing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, and even they have spirits on them. For surely they will turn away your hearts. See that? Neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. So what happened? Let's look up that word turn. Let's go into it. Let's not play around. Because this is very serious, man. This is very serious, man. Now watch this. Turn away. They will turn away, right? Look at this. It says what? To turn, incline, influence. Influence. So these females are going to influence you into what? The Babylonian American culture. They're going to tell you, oh, why don't you shape your beard up? Oh, it would be better for you like this. Oh, why you got to prophesy on Saturday? They're influencing you and trying to conform you and make you incline. And if you incline to them, right, you raise up to them, then what? You're declining from the Lord. You see? This is powerful, man. This is not a joke. See, and look what happened when Solomon did what he did. And I'm pretty sure Solomon thought what? He could reinvent the wheel. I'm pretty sure, just like most brothers think, nah, man, I could get with multiple reds, man. I'm different than that brother. No, you are not. No, you are not. Because when you read on, Solomon even dedicated a temple outside of Jerusalem for these women. Now, you know that was a demon on Solomon, man. He was trying to appease to them because they influenced him. Okay? And that's why we be trying to tell about these kids. TV can influence your kids, man. All right? Don't you know aromas, candles could influence you. The smell of certain things can influence you. All right? When you read books, you got a lot of jakes that tap into these books, right? They read books like 48 Laws of Power. And these guys think they are so deep when they are really low level. So Solomon was blinded by that sexual romantic demon. All right? And you got to remember too, brothers, when you're dealing with all these females, right? When you read verse 3, and he has 700 wives, princesses, so these was royal women, and 300 concubines, okay? And his wives turned away his heart. See, they influence him because you got to understand when you're dealing with these different females, right? You got to be there for them sexually. Got to give them that sexual attention, that mental attention. And guess what? You could drain yourself, man. And that's what happened to Solomon. Solomon called it STD, a spiritual transmitted demon. You see? For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. So what happened? They influenced him. They influenced him. All right? When Solomon was a young man, he was tapped in all the way. He acknowledged wisdom as being his spouse. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord Yahweh, as was the heart of David, his father. Because what was Solomon doing when he was a young man? Like, first of all, let's understand what's going on. I want to get Wisdom of Solomon, the 8th chapter, right? Now, if you think I'm lying, check it out. Wisdom of Solomon, 8:1. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly doeth she order all things. So wisdom come with characteristics, right? Your wife is supposed to be moving in order. Wisdom is your wife. This is your wife, brothers. I loved her. This is what Solomon said. And sought her out from my youth. So when Solomon was a young man in his right state of mind, he understood who he wanted to be his wife. I desired to make her my spouse. What is your spouse? Your wife. And I was a lover of her beauty. So when Solomon was a young man, this was the energy. He had the right energy. But what happened? For it came to pass when Solomon was old. So as Solomon got older, what happened? He wound up being influenced. Why? Through them sexual, them spiritual, sexual transmitted demons, man. Be careful who you lay down with, man. All right? Because and the scriptures is so powerful because the Most High had mercy on Solomon, man, because really Solomon was a wise man. All right? And even though he was influenced and he messed up because that was prophesied, he was able to come back. Why? Because what is wisdom? Let's get wisdom, Solomon's 7th chapter. Let's get it. It says wisdom is Solomon, 7:24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. So wisdom is more moving than an earthquake. All right? It's more moving than a tidal wave. It's more moving than a tsunami. It's more moving than anything you could think about. She passes and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness, and she could go through all things. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. She's actually the breath. Okay? She's actually the breath of the Most High. And a pure influence. You see that? A pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. So what happened? Solomon wound up becoming defiled. So what happened? The wisdom for that moment, it left him. All right? But as you know, when brothers get deep in the truth, you understand Solomon was able to correct his wrongs. So let's look up the word influence. It says a power affecting a person, thing, or course of events, especially one that operates without any direct or apparent effort. A power to sway or affect based on prestige, wealth, ability, or position. And see, what happened was, when Solomon was in his right state of mind, he was being influenced. That's why he was wealthy. But as he started to get older, right, and when he passed away, what happened? Israel went down. It was no more peace no more. The economic structure collapsed. All right? It was broken up. You see what happened? Because he caught that STD. Plain and simple, man. All right? And his heart was not perfect, all right? Verse 5, for Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Malcolm, the abomination of the Ammonites, all right? And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build in the high place for Chemosh. So he had an ultimate demon on him, man. He forgot what his father told him. The abomination of Moab in the hills that is before Jerusalem. So he built temples outside of Jerusalem. So you know he was being influenced, man. And for Moloch, the abomination of the children of Ammon. So you can actually get with a female and she will have you bugging out. That's why brothers need to fast, need to pray, and ask the Most High to always keep you in His truth, man. Keep you covered with the blood of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Verse 8, and likewise did he for all strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. So then he allowed them to leave his house to go worship their power, which is out of order, man. Which is out of order, man. They perverted him, man. All right? He became a pervert. That's what happened to him. That's what happened. That's what happened to him. He became a pervert. I wonder if that definition is in here. Influence. Does it have that in there? A pervert. Look, he became a pervert. Look up pervert. It says a pervert from his original course, meaning a state of distortion or corruption of what was first intended. So he became a pervert. Let me look that word up, pervert. And we already know what perverts do, man. They become bug outs. It says to corrupt morally, to interpret incorrectly. So he started interpreting things the wrong way, misconstrue, distort. So he started distorting. A person whose sexual practices or interests are considered abnormal or deviant. So Solomon literally became a pervert. He's probably started doing sexual practices and rituals that them females had him doing. And who knows? Because he was allowing them to go outside the temple and worship and worship their power. Who knows what they had in the house? You know, beads and juju beads and damn books in the house. So Solomon became a pervert. That's deep, man. All right? They burning incense, right? So they had incense. Verse 9, and the Lord was angry with Solomon. He wasn't happy with Solomon. He was angry with Solomon. Why? Because Solomon got struck. Because his heart was turned, he became a pervert from the Lord of God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. So the Lord appeared unto Solomon twice, so he should have knew better. And had commanded him concerning this thing that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for so much as this is done of thee, that thou hast not kept my covenant of my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee. So what happened? We lost our status. The Most High, since we wanted the spiritual demons blinded him so much, it cost him the kingdom. Economically, wealth, military. Remember, Solomon had a military. So he lost that. And I will give it to thy servants, thy servant. Notwithstanding in thy days will not do it for David, thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. You see that? How about I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to my son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. You see that? So now the kingdom was broken up. All broken up. You got brothers that will fall out the truth, man, because they choose a woman over this truth, man. That is a no-no. This truth goes before everything. You understand me? And I'm going to talk, in my situation, I actually, had kids with a woman. Until this very day, the actions of this woman affects me to this very day. And it throws me off within this truth. But I ask the Most High to keep me in this truth. So don't think that your action that you do with a woman or you females with a man doesn't have any effect. Verse 14, it says, and the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed of Edom. So look what happened, man. By him doing that, right? By him falling into that lust demon, it done raised up a whole adversary, a person that's want to take Solomon's head off, man. He want to destroy Israel. So because of that, the Most High put his spirit on a man in a whole nother area to be locked and loaded in destroying Israel through the STD. You see that? That's heavy, man. You got to be careful, man, what your lust would do to you, man. All right? So let's go into it, man. And really that goes back to the word Cupid, man. All right? It says Cupid is the god of desire, erotic love, attraction, affection. He is often portrayed as the son of the love goddess Venus and the god of war Mars. All right. But these goes back to Hamite, African gods. All right. Because we know the Greek mythology came from African, so-called Hamite mythology or African mythology. All right. Now watch this. During this time, his iconography, meaning the way he looked, acquired the bow and arrow that represents his source of power. A person or even a deity who is shot by Cupid's arrow is filled with uncontrollable desires. Cupid is a minor character who serves mostly to set the plot in motion. You see that? So when you get stuck with them arrows, man, right? What happened? You start having uncontrollable desires, lust. You start lusting. And I made decisions in my past that was based on lust. And most brothers do. It's based on lust. It's not based on spirits. I done literally had sex with girls because of how fat they butt is or how big they titties are. I didn't get to know them. I didn't get to know them. So now when that woman put me on child support, now when that woman corrupts my kids, that's exactly what I get. A lot of you dudes just want to get with a woman just to get with them. Y'all don't even know them. Y'all don't even communicate with them. Y'all don't even see if they are of a like mind. Because you're lusted, man. This is the book of Sirach. And I'm going to jump to verse 9 and 6. All right? It says, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. So a harlot could cost you your inheritance. And them females were hoes. They may not, Solomon, of course, broke their virginities, right? Because Solomon was a king. He wouldn't dare deal with no woman that had another man, all right? But they was hoes in the spirit. Most of these females are hoes, man. They harlots. And they could cost you your inheritance, man. And the Most High rend the kingdom from Solomon, man. Verse 7, look not, this is Sirach 9 and 7. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city. You shouldn't be going around looking all day for a woman on Tinder, on all these different websites, Instagram, walking up and down the street, going to Miami, or Collins, Rodeo Drive. Neither wander through the solitary place thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. Right? 9 times out of 10, you get with a woman, she already done laid with a man already, man. So that's somebody else's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. You be deceived. You stop dealing with your true love, which is supposed to be this truth, man. It's supposed to be the truth. This is supposed to be your woman, man. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 2. I loved her and saw her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. So this wisdom is supposed to be your wife, man. Not no girl because she got a big butt, a nice body. That don't make no sense. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. See that? As a fire. You're just lusting for it. You're just lusting. Intense. The word lust. Intense sexual desire. You just want to bust a nut. You don't really want to get to know that woman. Then you want to start dealing with other women. Another woman. Before you can even really focus. Intense eagerness. Enthusiasm. Pleasure. Relish. You just want to have pleasure. All right? You would want to get a number. You want to have a one night stand. You want to pop off and not knowing that this woman could put all type of spirits on you, man. And I'm going to go into that. Intense sexual desire, appetite, uncontrolled, elect sexual desire. And that's what happened to Solomon. What the hell do you need 700 wives for? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you think about it, from the other nations, it made him to go off. Now watch this. Lust. It says what? Horny. Sexually aroused, lustful, craving, carnal pleasures. A lot of you niggas just be horny. Just be thinking with your penis all day. Get with you a woman that have a like mind. That should be, the first, when you're dealing with a woman, you try to make sure that she can either submit to you, and that way y'all can have a like-mindedness, man. Because, when you're dealing with a woman that don't think like you and don't move like you and don't understand her role as a woman, guess what? She could corrupt you, man. She could distort you. It says, derived from horn, erect penis. All right? So a lot of you dudes just be lusting after females. Yeah, I met this girl. I like her lips. I just want to kiss on her. Just lusting, bro. Just be really lusting, man. This is the book, Continuation, Sirach 9 and 9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, right? Don't be sitting with no other man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. And really, a lot of these females, they really want to be zaddy wife. They want to be the so-called white man's wife. That's why they want you to dress, look, think like him. And if you don't meet those criterias, they're not really feeling you like that. Least thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desires, your lust, thou fall into destruction. That's what happened to Solomon. So you got to be careful, because that lust demon will cost you your life. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's go into it. This is the book of Tobit. Okay? This is the book of Tobit. Now watch this. This is Tobit, the 3rd chapter, the 7th verse. All right? The Most High actually put a demon over a Israelite woman to kill any man that wasn't right. Think about that. Tobit 3 and 7. And it came to pass the same day that in Ecbactan, a city of Midian, Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, was also reproached by her father's maid. So she was getting teased by her father's maid, all right? Because they knew that every time she get with a man, what happens? That man dies. You see? She was being insulted by them, right? Verse 8, it says, because that she had been married to 7 husbands, whom Asmodeus, you see? So it's an actual demon named Asmodeus. The evil spirit had killed them. And Asmodeus is a lust demon. Because a lot of the men that were trying to lay down with her, they just was lusting after her. They didn't love her. They wasn't really in the right spirit to deal with her. It was only one man that was in the right spirit to deal with her. And we're going to go into it. It says, the evil spirit had killed, and before they had slain with her, doest thou not know, said they, that thou hast strangled thy husband? Thou hast had already 7 husbands, neither was thou named after any of them. You see? So the servant was calling her a husband killer. Like you probably strangled your husband, not knowing it was a demon that killed him. You understand that? Verse 9, wherefore doest thou beat us for them? If they be dead, go thy ways after them, lest us never see of thee either son or daughter. So why should you take it out on us? Why don't you go and join your dead husbands? This is the talk that they was doing. They were trying to belittle her. But really, it was through the spirit, because only one man was chosen to be with her, man. Okay? And you ever dealt with a woman? I know I have. And you talk to her, yo, what happened to your ex-boyfriend? Oh, he got hit by a car and died. She got a big RIP on her right titty. Talking about RIP Jermaine, my true love, aka Juju or Pookie. You see a woman, man, and she tell you that one of her mans died, you gotta be careful, man. That's a red flag, man. Now watch this. It says, verse 10, when she heard these things, she was very sorrowful, so that she thought to have strangled herself. So she wanted to kill herself, because that's one thing Israel would do. They will try to bring you down to the lowest denominating factor and she was contemplating suicide. And she said, I am only daughter of my father, and if I do this, it shall be a reproach unto him. And I shall bring his old age and sorrow onto his grave. So she understood the importance of her being the only child. She understood that. And a lot of these females, they don't think like that. They think for themselves. Well, I don't want to have no babies. Oh, I don't care what I do. Then you're a reproach to your father. Your father ain't have you for nothing, or you become a lesbian. That's off, man. Verse 11. Then she prayed towards the window and said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, my power, and thy holy and glorious name is blessed and honorable forever. Let all thy works praise thee forever. So this was a God-fearing woman, a righteous woman. You see? And them men were wicked as hell. They didn't have no right spirit, and they were just lusting after her. And a lot of you brothers got to stop lusting after women. Okay? Myself included. Verse 12, and now, O Lord, I set my eyes and my face towards thee, and say, take me out of the earth, that I may hear no more the reproach. So these females was getting on her to the point where she wanted to die. Verse 14, thou knowest that I am pure from all sin with men. So she was still a virgin. The Most High knew that. She never defiled herself. Most of these females that you deal with, they ain't virgins no more. They done got with 5, 6, 7 dudes. Verse 15, and that I have never polluted my name, nor the name of my father. So she understood. She didn't want to be no hoe. You know, she didn't want to be no, she didn't want to pollute her name. A lot of you females' names are polluted, man. And what you think happened when you brothers lay down with these polluted women, man? In the land of my captivity, I am the only daughter of my father, neither have he any child to be his heir, neither any near kinsman, nor any son of his alive, to whom I may keep myself for a wife. My 7 husbands are already dead, and why should I live? But if it please not thee that I should die, command some regard to be had of me, and pity taken of me, that I hear no more reproach. So the prayers of them both were heard before the majesty of the great God. Verse 17, and Raphael was sent to heal them both. That is, to scale away the whiteness of Tobit's eye, all right? Because he had a son named Tobias, and to give Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, for a wife to Tobias, the son of Tobit. So she was given to him. Remind you, they both prayed. It was all spiritual. This wasn't a lustful marriage. You brothers got to stop dealing with that, man. And to bind Asmodeus, the evil spirit. Because it was a lust demon on her. And the Most High she was an elect woman. And you females got to understand, sometimes you got you a man that you might lust after, and the Most High don't make it work. He get killed, he get caught in gang violence, get shot up, he get thrown in jail for 1,000 years. Because the Most High don't want you to be with him because he's not right. So this goes for male and female. And to bind Asmodeus, the evil spirit, because she belonged to Tobias by right of inheritance. So you have women that are set up through, y'all women got to understand, some men are meant to be with you. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And it wasn't based on because he had a college degree or because he had nice cars, nice whips. The self-same time came Tobit home and entered into his house. And Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, came down from her upper chamber. All right. So I just want to jump through. So there are demons that will kill you. There are demons that will make you go off, break the law. You see? So I'm going to jump down. This is the Tobit 6 and 13. Now watch this. It says, then the young man answered, right? The young man answered and said, what? Salakia. It says, then the young man answered the angel, because the whole time Raphael was an angel. Tobias and Tobit, they didn't know that. And Sarah, I have heard, brother Azarias, that this maid have been given to 7 men who all died in the marriage chamber. So he was aware, Tobias was aware. Okay. He said, listen, I heard about this woman. Okay. And she has spiritual transmitted demons. I done heard this girl. She done killed 7 dudes, man. I don't want to be with her. Hell no. Hell to the no. All right. It says, verse 14, and now I am the only son of my father. I'm the only son. I'm afraid, least if I go in unto her, I die. You see? But see, Tobias just didn't really want to go into her. He wanted to make this woman a righteous woman. It wasn't a lust demon on Tobias. As the other before, for a wicked spirit loveth her. You see? So it's actual spirits, man, which hurt of nobody, but those which come unto her. So you might be a woman that probably wanted to be with your so-called Chris Brown. All right? But that man may not be right for you. Wherefore I also fear, lest I die and bring my father's and mother life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them. You see? So he understood that he was the only son. Verse 15. Then the angel said unto him, doest thou not remember the precepts which thy father gave thee, that thou shouldest marry a wife of thy own kindred? So you supposed to deal with a woman of your own tribe, an Israelite woman. See? And that's what Solomon ain't do. Because these other nations have spirits on them. Wherefore hear me, O my brother, for she shall be given thee to wife, right? The angel told him, that's going to be your wife. Don't worry about it. And make thou no reckoning of the evil spirit. Don't worry about that evil spirit. I'm going to take care of him. For this same night shall she be given thee in marriage. Verse 16. And when thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take ashes of perfume. You see? So you have certain scents that can influence things, like I said earlier, and shall lay upon them some of the heart and liver of the fish, and shall make a smoke with it. Verse 17, and the devil shall smell it. So is a demon going to smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you and pray to the Most High, which is merciful. You see, so this was a spiritual marriage, who will have pity on you and save you. I fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning. So you have, you know how they say a match made in heaven? So there's a reason why you don't get with that girl that got a fat butt. There's a reason why you're not supposed to get with that woman for lustful things, like my dumb behind. Because she don't really care about you. She want to serve her power. You see? So be grateful that you brothers that got females that respect you for being in the truth. Be grateful. That's a blessing, man. She don't mind you going out on the highways and byways. All right? It says, fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning, and thou shalt preserve her, and shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children. Okay? Now, when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her. You see, he didn't lust her. He loved her, and his heart was affectionately joined to her. Okay? Because that was a match made in heaven. Not this BS that's going on in America, man. You know, you just lusted. And I'm going to continue reading. Tobit 8:1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her. And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael the angel, and took the ashes of perfumes, and put the heart and the liver of fish thereupon, and made a smoke wherewith. The which smell, the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the utmost parts of Egypt. So he went right back where he came from. Because all these deities, that whole Cupid, all that stuff goes back to Egypt. Them Hamites. So when the Most High made these laws, he made it against what? The Egyptians. And the angel bound him. All right? So if America is spiritually Egypt, again, you don't think these same demons is out here? Of course they are. And after that, they were both shut in together. Tobias rose out the bed and said, sister, arise, let us pray that yet the Most High would have pity on us. So once again, spiritually, Pray with your woman, man. Then begin Tobias to say, blessed art thou, O Father, O God, our fathers, and blessed is thy holy and glorious name forever. Let the heavens bless thee and all thy creatures. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for a helper. And you women got to understand that you are a helper. You're not supposed to usurp authority. And stay. And them came mankind, and thou, it says, and thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. So you supposed to be an aid, sister. You ain't supposed to be trying to tear down your man. You ain't supposed to be, well, what are you doing? You supposed to be a helpmate. All right? You supposed to be a suitable helper. You supposed to be his support system. Yeah, babe, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep bringing out them scriptures. Keep studying, babe. You know? All right, babe, here goes some food. Get ready for work. I love you. Peace, King. You know? Oh, babe, I made some anointing oil. Let me put this on your head before you leave. That's the type of females that need to be out here, man. Verse 7, and now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust. You see, that's what it all was about. Them 7 other guys, they were just lusting after her, man. They just lusted. That's why Asmodeus was there, but uprightly. So he wanted to deal with her uprightly. He wanted to build that sister up. Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aged together. Live old, you die old with that woman, man. You see that, man? So through the Spirit, man, that's why the Most High did it. I think the Most High made these laws, man. He made these laws for a reason. All right? He made these laws for a reason, man. All right? When you go into these laws, Salakia, when you go into these laws, it's clear as day who the Most High made these laws against. Speak unto the children of Israel. See? Wasn't for everybody. And say unto them, I am the Lord your power, your God. All right? That's possessive. After the doings of the land of Egypt. That's why Asmodeus went back to Egypt. Where when ye dwelt, shall ye not do. Because this is what they was doing. They was just lusting, man. They was having sex with their mother. They was having sex with their brothers. They was having sex with everybody. It was a real freakish, horny environment. They was having sex with animals. They bestiality, all that. And they doing it here in America. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinance, man. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your power. You see that, man? You see that? So this is what they was doing. They was bugging the hell out. Verse 6, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. And I remember, you know, I had got addicted to pornography, and I used to like watch this, and they put pornos or a man have sex with his stepsister, you know, and then you start thinking, you know, you want to do stuff like that, you know, or daughter want to have sex with the stepfather. That's off, man. And it put spirits on you, lustful spirits on you, man. And y'all brothers that have pornography spirits, y'all know that's what they be doing. That actually be their titles, man. All right? I'm going to jump down to verse 16. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. So you got men that will have sex with their actual brother's wife. Oh, he went to jail. You know, let me go bring his. I know situations like that. Matter of fact, or the Jackson 5. All right? I'm going to read that article. All right? It is thy brother's nakedness. Verse 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. All right? So you're not supposed to lay with a woman and then have sex with her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter. All right? I actually know of a person that actually did that. Had sex with his son's daughter, man. And the son damn near killed him. And to this very day, that family's in disarray. And her daughter's daughter, all right, to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinsmen. It is wickedness. So this whole thing was going on in America, this whole lustful spirit, is wickedness, man. It's all wickedness, man. And this actually happened. Check this out. Jackson family, sick rivalries, and stolen love. So this clown right here, Jermaine Jackson, his wife, Alejandra, right? She had 2 kids with his brother, Randy. But this simpleton still got with him. He was lusting. And if that Asmodeus demon was on him, was on her, he would have died, man. Because all you men in this world, or in this Egypt, in this America, be lusting, man. It says, if there's one example of how dysfunctional the Jackson family is, know this: Jermaine stole away, then married the mother of his younger brother, Randy's children. Randy met Alejandra in 1986 when she was 17 and he was 24. Randy, 7 years younger than Jermaine and 3 years younger than Michael, missed out on the heyday of the Jackson Motown fame. Too young to appear in the Jackson 5, nothing less, was enlisted in the family business and would tour with his brothers as he got older. You see that? So what happened was this man done slept with his brother, man. So, hey, man, I pray, matter of fact, let me get another precept because, yo, man, it be spirits, man. It be real spirit. Let me get the book of Genesis. Genesis 35. Let's lock it. 35 and 22. 35 and 22. Because it happened to Reuben. This has happened, bro. Lusting. It says, Genesis 35 and 22. And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in the land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. You see that? So he got blinded through that lust and actually broke a law and lay with his father's concubine. Lay with his father's concubine. And Israel heard it, and now the sons of Jacob were 12. So, hey, man, you got brothers that will risk it all. He actually laid with his father's concubine, man. That's deep. That means there had to be a real demon on you, man, to make you do such a thing like that, man. Like a real special demon, man. To make you lay with your father's concubine. All the females that's in the world, you test the waters and you broke a law. When you read Leviticus the 18th, you was influenced, you was perverted, and you broke a law. How can you look at your father the next day knowing that you lay with one of his concubines, man? Knowing that you did such a thing like that, man. Hey, man, with that being said, I'd like to give infinity honors to our Lord and Savior, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of GMS. Salutations to the shepherds of Berea camp. Big ups to you, brothers. The water for y'all brothers for keeping me in your prayers, man. And Lord willing, man, keep pushing, man. Don't stop, keep pushing, man. All right? And don't get hit with that STD, man, because it will influence you, brothers, man. It will make you bug out, man. Look at this, man. Reuben lay with his father's concubine, man. All right? Jacob, the patriarch. So imagine how Jacob felt. Imagine that. So we have to read these books knowing that as a man, you got to put this in a book saying that my own son slept with one of my concubines. That is embarrassment. That is dysfunctional. You see that, Ben? That's heavy, man. Jacob, Israel, Yasha'Allah, who we got the name from, his own son lay with his concubine because he had an Asmodeus demon on him. He had a lustful demon on him. With that being said, y'all brothers, be very careful, man. Don't let no woman turn you away from this truth, man. Don't let no woman do that. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, bro. Whatever you lose on this side, you're going to get back, man. With that being said, Kahalal, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Bashim, Kodash, Shalom.